Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Um, it is 11 a.m. here, but it feels so much earlier. But yeah, today we're not going to be doing sprints. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're just going to be hanging out and chilling for like maybe an hour or so, because it's my birthday. I know, and was like, I'm gonna be dressed up all cute. I'm gonna do all this stuff, and I didn't sleep well and I'm tired, and so I just wanna chill and have a mellow, uh, day, and that's all okay. So I wanted to work on something too while we just chit-chatted, just in case. I don't know. We know I can talk, but hopefully I can talk and work on this, but, I'm blinging my poison apple bag, so we'll see how that goes. I got a long way to go. Um, but I wanted to bring some sparkle to this bag I got, and I love bling and sparkles, and I love poison, and I figured it'd be perfect. So I'm wearing my Walt Disney World sweatshirt that I just got in September. And yeah, so let me know what you're up to today. Do you have any big plans? I do not have any big plans. Uh, I plan on hanging with you guys, and then my sister-in-law is in town for a couple weeks, so we're gonna be hanging out after this. And my husband, Matt, is working, so when he gets done, we'll probably go out to dinner, but pretty chill morning. And we're in my upstairs room, which is super messy. But you can see some of my plant babies flourishing. And yeah, so let me know what you're up to. Are you working on anything today? Are you going to be reading? Oh my gosh, I haven't been getting like any reading done, but I've been doing lots of other stuff. So yeah, I can't believe it's already like October is halfway over. Hey Vanessa, woo woo. Thank you so much. I know it's a little different. I did sprints last year. It was so fun and I had a bunch of friends on. But I didn't want to take away from my sister-in-law time because she hasn't come to stay with us since 2020. So it's been nice to have her up here. We have been visiting her the last few years, so it's been nice. We've been having fun so far. We watched Encanto last night. What did we watch before that? Oh, we were watching Catfish. And then we were watching like the parts of the Eras tour and everything last night. Good morning. Thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I've been like freaking out, Yvette, because I'm like, where are her pictures? I need updates. I need to know everything about your trip and how it's going. And I hope it's going absolutely amazing. The weather in Michigan has been gorgeous. I mean, it's really dry, but like being outside and being out and about, it's been gorgeous. Happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. Like I said, I got very little sleep last night, which is all good, but my mind is just like, woo, gone. It literally feels like it's like 6 a.m. right now. I'm reading and rotting. Still recovering from surgery. Hey, you can take all the time you need to heal, both physically and mentally. Today, I feel like I need mental healing, but I'm so glad you're feeling much better. Yeah, I have been having, like, headaches all week, but then I don't have a headache this morning, but I am tired, y'all. I am so tired, and I'm not the type of person that can sleep in, and if I do, then I'm crabby that I slept in. I know, I'm one of those people. So I'm just, like, struggling today, which is okay. It's my birthday, I can do what I want. Hi, Penny. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. What are you up to today? I am I didn't get very far on our Patreon craft Zoom the other night, but I'm hoping today I can just kind of like zone out whether Maddie and I watch like movies or something. We also have like a Harry Potter puzzle I would like to work on. I also want to finish my Hogwarts. And then I have another like Lego-ish set I need to build. Really, I'll probably be working, but to me, I love doing this, so it's not really work, right? The trip has been fun, a little chilly, but cozied up. Yeah, I bet it's a little chilly being, so up north. Driving up to Maine today, no reading is happening. Yeah. Hey, that's okay. You are living your best main character, vibes right now, and I love that. I bet it's so pretty. It's kinda crazy because we normally have peak fall colors this time of year, and everything kind of feels a little late. So it's really fun because my sister-in-law, Maddie, hasn't seen fall colors in a while. She was living in Florida, and then hopping around to a couple different states and visiting family, so but she's mostly in the South, so she was like, "I wanna see the fall stuff," so we'll probably go to a pumpkin patch again, I don't know when, but, like, before Halloween and carve or paint pumpkins and do all of that, so I'm excited for that. Probably won't be today, though, because Matt is working, but that's all good. Hi, Missy, thank you so much. I hope you're having a great Saturday. The new rep suit and the surprise song dress, I'm obsessed. Yes, and her Fearless dress, and then Florence coming out. Yeah, we were geeking over all of it, and I love that she played, like, Tim McGraw, because that was my one gripe about the Eras Tour, was that she didn't play anything from Debut, and I've been a fan since Tim McGraw, so I was like, "Why are you not playing Debut?" So that was fun, getting to see that, and I know we were all clowning with her taking Olivia out before and doing all of I don't sh it's like she knows, she hears all of our theories, and she's like, "I know what I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna mess with you guys," because she has not touched the Reputation suit until now, which I don't even I'm just like, "You do whatever you want, Taylor, and I'm just here for it." My, favorite thing I've been seeing on TikTok, though, is all the people that have been doing the rep bodysuits, like, blinging them and finishing them up, and now she changed it from red to gold. And they're like, "Taylor," and I was like, "Hey, guys, it's okay. It's still iconic. I still love it." Hi, Beth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling very blessed, and I think that's also, like, I'm tired, and then when I think about literally anything, it makes me tear up and cry, but when I've been thinking about, like, how grateful I am, I've been crying a lot this morning. I cry all the time, if you guys didn't know. That is going to be beautiful. I'm going to engrave an alphabet tracing board for our grandson. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. I love that you have a laser and you can just make all these things for your family. Hey, Kendall, thank you so much. Yeah, and everybody that got a book for me or wished me happy birthday or is here, like you guys, you don't realize how much this means to me. So I've been crying about that in the best way, happy tears. But I appreciate it so much. I just love you guys and forever grateful. Tim McGraw was so good. I was freaking out about the rep suit, and Dylan was like, "Girl, be quiet." I know. Thankfully, Maddie and I kept it together because Matt was sleeping too, and he's like, "Are you guys watching the Eras tour?" We're like, "We're watching Encanto, but we have the Eras tour on just in case something happens." And then when like you know something new would happen, then we'd stop and watch, and it was fun. We love a crier because same, I cry at everything. Yeah, I don't mind that I cry, like, some people are like, "Oh, I hate crying, but I cry all the time." No, I'm just, like, used to it. Uh, However, I do hate it if I'm, like, mad and I cry, because then I was like, "You're lucky that's coming out in tears because the anger." But no, they've been all, like, good tears, and, I'm also, like, trying to manifest a cat, because I want a cat. I hate not being a cat mom anymore, and there may be a dream cat of mine at the shelter, at literally our local shelter right now, but I'm feeling, like, so many mixed feelings about it, because I don't wanna rush Matt, I don't want to, like you see a picture of a cat and I just don't wanna, like, assume the cat is gonna be a perfect fit or anything. Um, but last night, Matt was like, "We're not getting a cat." And I was like, "But I want one, and this, like, my dream breed, and it's at our shelter, and what if she's perfect?" And, just going on and on and on. And then, this morning, he's like, "Fine, you can go get her." And I'm like, "1, you literally just told me, no last night. I'm not just going to go do it." Not when it comes to animals. I'm not going to, like, push Matt into anything, even though he would be the type of guy that's like, "We're not getting any more animals," and then he'd be like, "Look at the little baby." Like, that's what he would that'd be Matt. Um, but I don't want to make, like, a quick decision just because Matt changed his mind because it's my birthday. However, the shelter is closed for adoptions on the weekend, like, you can only go in during the week, and I was like, we'll see." She also has a sister, and it doesn't say you have to adopt them together, but what if they're attached? And I know we just probably shouldn't get 2 cats. We've never had 2 cats, we only had our cat, Mary Jane, because Mary Jane did not like other cats. But I don't know. It's just something to think about, and I know that she's there, and if I don't get her, it wasn't meant to be, I'm not gonna force anything. But she's real cute. I'm not gonna show you guys pictures because I don't need pressure like that, you know? But if it were to happen, you guys would know. You guys would know. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for being here. You can have Dylan's cat. I can't stand her. Thanks. Well, that's the thing is, like, Mary Jane was the best cat, but she also she had her quirks. Like, she would pee on stuff when she was mad. That included, like, our clothes, and anytime, like, another cat like, we would cat sit for other people, and she would just, like, sometimes pee on the bed. But she was such a sweet cat, and I loved her, and coming up now on all of my, like, memories is when I used to zip her up in my hoodies and hold her, and I miss that. I miss that. I got my 2 boys, which my dog Graham, it's his birthday today too, and he's 11, which then that makes me emotional because it's like, "How is he 11?" My boy's getting old, but anyways, I want a cat. I don't need a cat yet, but come, like, after Christmas, if I don't have a cat, I know I'm just gonna be like, "We just need one." If we foster one, I just don't like seeing this cute little cat in the shelter, and there's a ton of kittens. The only there's only, like, 2 adult cats, and it's my dream cat. I mean, dream dream breed, but I don't you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they're gonna be like. Thank you so much, April. Thanks for being here. Your kitty is coming, Sam. Oh, maybe that's it. If you get a chance, take Matt with you and let him fall in love. Yeah, like, I don't wanna go get a cat by myself and just assume that Matt is gonna, like, vibe with it. So I am being responsible, but it's really hard, especially when he's like, "Fine, go get it." And I'm like, "No, I want you to love her too." We have 2 cats, and it's great. I would highly recommend. Yeah, and I'm assuming they're sisters because 'cause they're both so they're ragdolls. They don't look pure ragdolls, but the one definitely looks more of a ragdoll than the other, and there's, like, a picture of the one who has, like, these most gorgeous green eyes, and that's why I was like, "That's not a ragdoll." Like, ragdolls have blue eyes, and then this other cat is a lot longer hair with blue eyes and kind of like the ragdoll markings, but I'm assuming, like, they're mixed ragdoll, they're not cats typically aren't purebred, and they just look so sweet. The green-eyed one definitely looks a little bit more, like, laid back and chill, which I love that. Like, I love chill cats. And then the blue-eyed one seems like she's a little bit more outgoing, but then there's a picture of both of them together, and I'm like, "They're probably sisters." I'm a cat person, and I think you should get them. And, like, ugh, I know it's so hard. So we have 2 dogs, and previously we had 3 dogs, like 3 big dogs. I had my border collie, we have a golden retriever, and we have an English lab. So we had, like, 3 big dogs and our cat. And then I lost my border collie, and then I lost my cat. So now we just have 2 dogs, which is so much easier to find people to, like, dog sit when we travel, and that's another thing. We do travel, um, and anytime we add a pet, that's more, responsibility for people who are watching them, and we plan on going to Arizona, in December, and that's just something, like, I worry about, and my brother is going to be watching the dogs, but now he has something that comes up, and I'm like, "Well, what about the weather? Like, what if people have to drive?" And I don't wanna put my family at risk either to watch my pets, but they already have to be here for the dogs, you know? 2 cats are better than 1, especially if they're kittens. So they're not kittens, these are both adults, which I don't not technically, I guess personally, I don't want kittens. I would rather get adult cats because I don't know. Kittens worry me because you just, like, don't know their personality. With a cat, you kinda, like, you know what you're gonna get, and these are both potty trained already, so I don't have to worry about that because I know that's one thing that Matt is like, "Mm-mm, I'm not dealing with that." Um, and, like, I don't know, there are so many kittens that are up for adoption, though, but yeah, these are already spayed, they're already up to date on vaccinations, and like I said, I'm not gonna show you guys pictures because 'cause you'll tell me to go get them right now, but I don't know if I could convince Matt on 2, I really don't, and I don't know if I could split them up, like, if I was going to split them up, then it definitely just feels like maybe it's not the right home for them. I don't know. I don't wanna feel guilty. Sounds like you have a good plan. I just I'm the type of person that, like, once you make that commitment, you that's your commitment that you made, and you are with that pet for their lifetime, and I just want it to be what is best for the animals as well. My mother-in-law took Remy for a week while I'm recovering, and I miss her so much. Oh, yeah, I bet that's so hard. At least you have the kitties. But yeah, that's I do miss my babies, but the thing I was, my big, um, advocation for getting a cat is that I essentially lost, like, my 2 pets that I'm super, super close with. Don't get me wrong, I love my dogs. Branson and Graham are, like, super, super great dogs, absolutely adore them. I've raised them since puppies, like, I love them. But Graham is Matt's dog. I had Graham for, I think, 6 or 7 months before I met my husband, and literally the day he met Matt, that was his person. I had dated other guys, um, and Graham hated them. Like, even if my friends would bring their boyfriends over, like, Graham would nip at them. He would literally pee in the house when this dog was potty trained at 2 weeks after I had Graham as a puppy, so he was, like, 10 weeks old, he was potty trained, and he would look me dead in the eye if there was a guy over that he didn't like and pee while he walked across the living room. He is the most spiteful dog. But when he met Matt, like, instant bond. They love each other so much. And then Branson is a little I call him my little hoe. He loves everybody. He's so sweet. He's a golden retriever, so he literally loves everybody. And anytime we have guests over, like right now I have my sister-in-law, he's obsessed with them. He could care less about me. He's like, "Mom's here? Oh, it's just mom. I could care less." And it's so hard because my border collie was my shadow. He was like my soul dog. My cat used to come and she would like hang out with me in my craft room. And I miss that. And I don't want to assume a new cat is just going to fill that role. But also, I would smother it with my love. I would have no choice, you know? No, I know. I keep talking about this, but I want a cat. I want a cat so bad. I am so spoiled by our local shelter. We got our kittens and they were spayed, chipped, and litter trained, and they offered free rabies shots for all pets multiple times a year. That's incredible, especially for cats. I know it's so hard to get funding for cats, and to do that. I'm so thankful that our shelter even has a place for cats because I live in a very rural area and all the surrounding counties don't have a cat rescue center. They're just cats are just free to be on their own, and they have done a ton lately for spaying and neutering, wild cats, and I think they just raised, like, $5,000, to do, like, a huge, like, capture, spay, neuter, and release again, but, yeah, I mean, if I really wanted a cat, I could just go literally to any farm and get a cat, get kittens, they're constantly free, but then I see the ones at the shelter are mostly cats who didn't have the choice of, like, they were raised inside and then you can't just let them go outside. I mean, people do, but that's where I'm like, they've lived their whole life inside, like, let's give them a good life. But anyways, Matt said yes, but I'm not committing to it until he's, like, for sure. Plus, like, financially, it's, like, one more thing. It was kinda nice not having that financial burden of a cat because Mary Jane, was having hyperthyroidism, and she was on medication, and we were constantly having to take her in for stuff, and so it has been nice to not have as big of vet bills and food bills and litter bills and all that, but I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready for a cat. Oh, but I promise I won't always talk about this. Just kidding. I really want it to happen, but so I'm working, I'm bringing this bag. What are you guys up to? Like I said, I don't have any special plans. I'm one that like, I don't know. It hasn't been till recently that I do anything special on my birthday because my husband's working and it just so happened like this year that my sister-in-law is in town. Last year I did go, not on my birthday, but after my birthday, we went to Orlando and we went to Disney and Universal and did Halloween Horror Nights, which was really fun. Would love to do that again, but I just got to go to Disney with my friend April in September, so that was kind of like an early birthday treat, I guess, to myself. But are you guys doing anything for Halloween either? I don't I'm at like such a weird age where I don't go out we don't go out and do anything. Oh, so I'm 32 today. Uh, we don't go out. We don't go to bars. Like we'll go out to restaurants and get drinks, but we don't do anything. Uh, most of our friends have kids, so they do kid stuff for Halloween. So I'm kind of like in a Halloween rut lately. I don't like it was like, do we dress up? Because we used to just dress up for the sake of dressing up and getting pictures and all that, and now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel so weird, guys. It's been a weird year. Oh, I am manifesting. I mean, the fact that they have a rag doll at our shelter is killing me. Um, absolutely killing me. My mom is taking me to see Hamilton and Philly on Halloween. That's awesome. Okay. So I was actually talking with my sister-in-law. She loves Hamilton, and I've never like sat down to watch it. And I know I need to because I would absolutely love it. Speaking of like musicals and everything, are you guys freaking out about Wicked? I have also never seen Wicked, but I know a lot of the songs because I was a Glee lover, like, of the show. I can't sing. I can't really dance either, but I was on dance team in high school, but it's literally It's not like a no I'm from a very small town, guys. Our dance team, there was no tryouts. It's not like you perform at games except for homecoming and coming home. Yeah, we don't call it, like, Winterfest, or we call it coming home for basketball. And so twice a year, we would get together, like, a couple weeks before homecoming, and then if you just show up, you're on the dance team. Uh, but I'm, like, freaking out over Wicked because I guess I knew Jonathan Bailey was in it, but then I didn't realize he was in it, and then every time I, like, realize that Jonathan Bailey is in it, I freak out, and if you don't know, Jonathan Bailey plays Anthony in Bridgerton, and I love him so much. So I've been freaking out. I've been freaking out. We have a big event at our church called Harvest Fest on Halloween, so there'll be a trunk or treat, bouncy houses, all the things. See, and I would love to do a trunk or treat. But, I'm not a part of any of the local churches here, and I don't even know if I feel like, there are churches around here that do, but it's not every church, and I don't know, like, I feel like I'm not in on all of that stuff. My my whole town does a pumpkin festival, but it was the 1st week in October, and also, like, Matt's normally really busy, so I'm too scared to do things by myself, so I haven't done that, but I've been seeing so many trunk or treats online and social media, and so many people do that now because it's a lot easier than going from house to house to house, and it's so cool and creative what people can do, and I'm like, "I would love to do that." But obviously a little late for me to do it this year. My team at school is dressing up as zoo animals in onesies for Halloween, and then I'll be passing out candy to the neighborhood kids. So also, we live in, like, a part where there aren't sidewalks, and we will still get trick-or-treaters, but it's, like, people driving by in their cars, and then they'll stop. The only time well, I think we did it 2 years in a row. The most we ever got was 13 trick-or-treaters. And then one year, the weather was so bad that we're like, "We are not dealing with this. We don't want people to stop by." Like, it was, like, freezing rain. It was awful. It was super icy. I don't even think people were out and about. So then after that, we haven't really done anything. So it's kind of a bummer because I love Halloween, but now I'm like, I'll just work on my bag and then move on to Christmas, I guess. I am stoked for Wicked, like, I can't wait. Ugh, April, I wish we were closer together so we could go see it together. Matt would also appreciate it if I didn't make him go see it. Okay, and something else that I have gotten obsessed with lately, which is also, like, making me vibe with this, is I've never watched Descendants, like the Disney Channel Descendants movies, like, at all. I never watched them until this week. Matt and I watched the first one. Matt was not about it, but then all of a sudden I hear him singing "Rotten to the Core," and so all I can think about is this, and then we watched the second one, and we haven't had time to watch the third one yet, but I'm obsessed, like, I love musicals, I love villains, I love everything about it. I knew I was gonna love it. It is a little bit cheesy, but I think that's why I love it even more, and I'm obsessed with the characters so much. I love the book. I know most of the songs. I don't know how I feel about the movie adaptation. Yes, I feel like the people who know it and they love it are gonna have a hard time with the movie. I know nothing. So to me, I'm like, "Whatever." I know Defying Gravity because Glee makes it such a big deal, and I love that song. So I think I'm just gonna be here for it no matter what. Hi! Reading Sally's Laminate by Mary Mancusi? I don't know if I said that right, but welcome, welcome. I know, I have been still reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I have been going so slow through books, I just haven't had time, But I have been listening to The Queen of Nothing, which is the 3rd to The Cruel Prince, and I'm really liking that, but even, like, listening to stuff, I just haven't had a lot of time to do. I love musicals. We saw Hamilton in Omaha, we have kids there. Saw Wicked in Chicago, The Little Mermaid is in Minneapolis, and I would love to go. So, when I was at Michigan State, the place that a lot of the musicals would be performed was at the Wharton Center, and I never got to see a show at the Wharton Center, but I got to give a speech at the Wharton Center, and I that's, like, one thing, when I lived in the Lansing area, I wanted to go so bad and see a live musical, but that never happened because they had The Lion King, I think maybe that was in Detroit. I don't know, there's just so much, like, I would love to see, but unfortunately, haven't yet. I did get to see the Rockettes when I was little. I think I was about, like, 12. I guess that's not super little, but, like, I feel like I was, like, 12-ish, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older, with my grandma and my aunt and everything, and that was so much fun. I adored that, and they are having the Nutcracker in a nearby, town, and I'm trying to convince Matt to see if we can get tickets for that because I would love to see that. I prefer to see the stage shows first if I can, especially if, like Wicked, I have wanted to see the stage shows since it came out. Yeah, I could completely understand that. I love seeing any type of performances, and live is just, like, so incredible what they can do. But right now, geographically, I don't get a lot of shows, and if I hear about them, they're normally sold out or it doesn't work with my schedule, but I would love to see Wicked live. I'm so happy you're loving the Descendants movies. I'm obsessed. Evie, I love Evie. I love Mal too. I liked Evie more in the first one, and in the second one, I'm like, "Okay, I kinda love them both." So, I don't and, like, I just love the characters. I know it's really, really sad about, oh, what's his name? Because I know he passed and people loved him because he was in The Descendants. Matt loved him because he was in Grown Ups, and Matt loves Grown Ups. Any Adam Sandler movie, my husband is obsessed with. Like, it's his favorite. He's very happy that they're coming out with another Happy Gilmore. Uh, the Nutcracker isn't my favorite, but the Louisville Ballet does it every year. I've never seen it live, so we went a couple of years ago. Oh, you had never seen it live, but you have now. Okay, I was like, "I know you're saying this correctly, I am just not interpreting it correctly." I feel like okay, so, like, I don't remember, like I said, I was really young. I saw the Rockettes, and I feel like I don't remember what the theme was, but I thought it was the Nutcracker. I've seen the Nutcracker somewhere, but I don't know how well. But yeah, it's also, like, not my favorite, but I wanna go see it anyways, just so, like, I can dress up, we can go out, and just do something a little different. There was, um there is this orchestra. I don't know anything about music technical terms, so I'm sorry if this is incorrect. But this is what caught me. They had bling masks on, and I think they play rock songs, which my husband loves rock. I do too, but, like, that's his thing, and he actually absolutely loves the Trans-Siberia Orchestra. He got to see them when he was younger, and he's obsessed with them. And I saw this, and they're coming to our area, but I can't remember, like, when it was, and there were a ton of likes. I'm like, "It's probably sold out," all of that, but that looked really, really cool and something that was, like, a little bit different, where it's kind of like where it's the modern meets the classics, and I love that. Like, that's what I loved about Bridgerton is when they took the, like, modern songs and then they make it more classic, like, oh, I just love it. Okay, also, Dylan's cat is actually being nice right now. What the heck? I sent you a photo. She heard you talking smack about her, and she's like, "I can be nice. I can be nice." Oh my gosh. Ooh, she's so pretty. I love her markings. It's so funny. I love it. See? You never know. What are the movies about? So the Descendant movies are like the prince and princesses, like Beauty and the Beast, so Belle and the Beast, and all of the other like Aurora, Philip, all of them have decided to banish the villains to an island and it's magically enclosed so that all the villains are living with each other. And all the villains have kids, and then all the prince and princesses have kids. And the one prince, it's based on Beauty and the Beast's son. He decides that, like, when he gets coronated, his first act is that he wants to allow the villains' children, they're not children, they're like teens, their kids to come into their world because it was their parents' actions, not the kids. So, it's about these 4 villains' kids, and it's Cruella, yeah, there's 4 of them. It's Cruella, Jafar, Maleficent, and, the Evil Queen. Their kids get to go to the mainland and live with the rest of the, uh, kids and the, like, good people. And so it just, you can't take the bad out of the villains who grew up in, like, the slums their whole life, and they were very underprivileged, and it's just, like, those dynamics and everything goes awry, um, but it's really cool. I really liked it, because I love villains. I love the villains. When they said that Disney is coming out with Villains Land, I am geeking out over it because I can't wait. And I knew I was gonna like the whole idea that they're the villain's children. They're born bad, but can they be like made to be good in this new environment? And there's like family dynamics, friend dynamics, like social dynamics. I really liked it. It is very corny and cheesy, and like the songs are not, to me, the songs aren't as good as High School Musical, but I loved the set, I love the costumes, I love the characters, and it just, like, it grows on you. Literally, Matt and I will be singing some of the songs, and we're like, "That wasn't even that great of a song, but here it is stuck in our head, and now we're just, like, goofing off to it." With as close as I am to Philadelphia and New York, I do not see as many musicals, operas, and ballets as I would want, so access isn't the only thing. Yeah, and then it's financially, and then just I feel like all the good shows come in, not necessarily, but I feel like a lot of the shows I wanna see come in the summer, and that just with Matt's schedule doesn't work. And then on the flip side, in the winter when we have shows, the weather's not always cooperative, and I really don't wanna drive 2 hours one way in bad weather. Especially if the show's not getting done till 10, 11 o'clock. We're getting home pretty late, and if the weather's bad, it's and I'd rather not spend money even as much as I would love to see it. The Philadelphia Ballet often brings the Philly Boys Choir out to perform during the Nutcracker, and it's exquisite. I haven't been in years. I might need to take my niece soon. Did you see that Jason Kelsey He's he does the Christmas album, like, the Philadelphia Eagles come out with, like, their Christmas songs or whatever. Who was it? Was he with, I wanna say it wasn't Dolly Parton, was it? Was he with Dolly Parton? I don't know, but I love him. I think everything he does is great. I will have to check them out. Yeah, they're on Disney Plus, and there's 3, 4 main ones now. So there's 3, like, they say 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one, I think, is called The Rise of Red. So one of the characters, excuse me, he did pass away, um, in real life. So I don't know how that, like, changed because I haven't gotten that far. But I have heard that the newest one kinda shifts gears from the main characters, and I don't know if, like, that was a reason, or if they just wanted to go in a different direction. But then there are some, like, spin-off, I think, shorter things that focus on some of the new villains' kids that come into play. Um, have you read the Disney villain books? I have not. Uh, so I have always seen them and I really wanted to buy them, but then I started listening to some of the Twisted Tales, which I know is different, and I'm torn because I listened to some of the Twisted Tales and I didn't love them. Um, they weren't what I expected, but I heard some of them were definitely better than others, and I was trying to listen to them in order even though it doesn't matter for Twisted Tales. But I did just get gifted, the book of the fairy godmother, and it's how, like, she became the fairy godmother. I haven't read it yet, but I just got it for my birthday, which I was so appreciative of, and I really wanna read that, and I know that is one of the authors from the Twisted Tales, so I'm curious because I like finding out, like, I like the origin story. I loved when they did Cruella. I loved it. I was kind of disappointed that she was, like, actually nice at the end, but that's kind of, Disney's theme, so I need to just get over that all of my characters will one day be, like, happily ever after in sweet, happy fairyland, you know? But I do like that, still, like, I loved Cruella, which are they coming out with a second one? That was such, like, a big deal, and now I haven't heard anything about it. I have heard about Princess Diaries 3, though. I am so excited. I know there's a lot of people very upset that Chris Pine wasn't asked to be in it, and I'll be honest, the romance in The Princess Diaries was not my main focus. I just loved Mia and her grandmother. I mean, Julie Andrews, like, who's not gonna, love her? Uh, but yeah, there's so much happening. Oh my gosh. And then Epic Universe, Universal's 3rd park that is brand new, 3rd park is opening in May of next year, which is crazy. Will Matt and I go to it right away? Probably not. I'm worried that that park is gonna be packed from now on, but I would like to go to it sometime next year, but not when it right when it opens. Hi, Laura. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. We're just talking about all things Disney and Universal right now. Uh, continuing working on my bag. But yeah, it's been, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm thinking about like how Taylor Swift's gonna end the Eras tour. I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, there's so many things to think about. So much is happening. I also heard that Disney's raising their prices again, which is not fun, but and I do not have an annual pass. I feel like as soon as I buy an annual pass, something will happen and then I can't travel. I don't know. I just like I have such a fear that I'm not going to be able to utilize it enough. Julie Andrews is my absolute favorite. I wanted to be her since I was little. So I've just always loved her because how could you not love her? But my great aunt, who is also one of my godmothers, I have two. Uh, she just reminds me so much, like Julie Andrews reminds me of my Aunt Janet. And I don't know, I just love her for that. Like, she's just, like, so polished and graceful, and she is one of the most fashionable, like, classy ladies. My Aunt Janet is incredible, and she is a crafter as well, and the stuff that she makes is just stunning, and she always wears brooches, and they're just Oh, I love her. She's made beaded purses. She made me one for prom, and then she made me a little one for my wedding, and I actually had it on my bouquet. She also, like, knits socks, and she's just so cool. She used to be a nurse in Yemen, so she, like, lived in Saudi Arabia for that's why I have 2 godmothers, is because technically my Aunt Janet is my great aunt, and that's not super typical to have someone that's older than your parents be your godmother, but my Aunt Janet never had kids. So, I don't know, I just, like I love my Aunt Janet so much, and she just reminds me of Julie Andrews. That's like when people are like, "Oh, what's your Aunt Janet like?" I'm like, "She's like Julie Andrews. She's just incredible." I love everything about her. Um So I am very excited. I'm very curious on what they're gonna do with Princess Diaries. Like, are they gonna bring kids into it like they have in the past anytime, they do that kind of stuff like, "Oh, yeah, now it's time for her to have kids, and then we're gonna focus on the kids more." I I also hope not. I would love to get that perspective of, like, being that middle age, like, princess and, like, we don't get that point of view very often, so I'm very curious what they're gonna do because I'm here for it. And I'm sorry for all the Chris Pine lovers. I like him. I didn't think that was, like, a pivotal part of the whole, movies for me, and then my husband was like, "There's a 3rd one, like, don't they need to do the 2nd?" I'm like, "Have you never seen the 2nd Princess Diaries?" And he said, "No." Uh, Something that did happen, so right after, Maggie Smith passed away, Julie Andrews had her birthday, and my local news does, like, you know, like, "Passed away," "Here's, like, the life story," but they post a picture, and so I'm scrolling, and then I see Julie Andrews, and I'm like, "Shut up, she did not pass away." Like, I started freaking out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was her birthday. Y'all can't do that to me." 'Cause I was so worried because, oh, I loved Maggie Smith too. She was incredible in everything she did. Like, she made her character your, like, most favorite character in everything she did, and I loved it. I've been in, like, a huge Harry Potter kick. There were a couple people if you guys don't follow me on my business page, it's Willow Star Market on Instagram. I did do a little, like, "Can you guess my next theme?" And hang on. So I did, "Can you, guess my next themed drop based off of just this fabric?" And, a couple people got it, and it is Honeydukes themed without, like it's not gonna be like Honeydukes, but it's gonna be like a sweet shop, everything. I love this fabric. I got it from the quilt shop my mom works at. It's so cute. I also, like I can use this for Honeydukes stuff, which I love Honeydukes. I mean, pinks and teals, my favorite. So I can use it for that. This also gives me, like, Paris vibes, so maybe I'll save some of this fabric for the spring and do some, like, Aristocats, or some, like, Emily in Paris, maybe Aristocats, something with it too because it's just so cute. Wouldn't it be so cute on my cat that's at the shelter that I want so bad? I promise I won't keep harping about a cat. I am curious what they're going to do with Princess Diaries 3. I'm not mad that they're not going to bring Chris Pine back. I agree that the romance was secondary to Mia's actual story. Yeah. I mean, he was great, I'm sure, like, I don't know. I feel like when Princess Diaries came out, I wasn't at that heartthrob boy phase in my life, or maybe I was. Maybe I was already I don't even remember when Princess Diaries came out. 'Cause I was in my I was an Orlando Bloom girly. Literally, I loved Lord of the Rings. Legolas was my favorite, and then he came out in Pirates of the Caribbean as Will Turner. Loved him. That's who was my crush. Also, okay, we're gonna talk about my, middle school crushes. My 3 were you guys are gonna oh, they are off the wall. So, number 1 was Orlando Bloom. That one makes sense, like, that one makes sense. Number 2, Keith Urban, the country singer. I literally went to a concert and made a sign that said, "Will you marry my mom?" Because I knew that he was out of my age. But I loved him, and, so the camera guys saw my sign, and they wanted me to come up, but I was shy. I did not go up, but everyone thought it was hilarious. They're like, "Oh my gosh, are your parents, like, divorced? Is your mom single?" I'm like, "No, I just want Keith Urban to be my dad." Ugh. But yeah, I was too shy to go up. I would have gotten on stage, but I was too shy. And then my 3rd one, this is where I'm gonna throw you guys for a loop, was John Cena, the wrestler. I was a WWE girl. I loved wrestling, especially in middle school. I was a diehard John Cena fan, and now he's an actor, which I'm like, "See, people love him now," but I loved him when I was in 7th grade. So yeah, Orlando Bloom, Keith Urban, and John Cena. I am still strange and unusual, if you guys were wondering. I'm so excited to see what you make in the Honeydukes line. Me too. I have a lot of ideas, and then, like, some I don't think I'll do, and then I'll think of, like, something else, and then it starts getting crazy, crazy. Um, so, yeah, we'll see. I love the Aristocats. I do too. That's, like, one of my, like, favorite classic movies. I don't know why, I just loved it so, so much. It's, like, one of my good comfort movies, and I love Paris. I'm so excited to see what you do with the sweet shop theme. Yeah, I have lots of ideas. We'll see how much I get done. I'm hoping to launch them, like, early November, but I'm also a little bit limited with how much resin I can do because, like I said, my sister-in-law's here, so I don't wanna do a ton while she's here because she's in the next room, and I just always worry about fumes and stuff, but yeah. Nah, Sam, I can see all 3. I mean, okay, but now now I can, like, appreciate them for different things. But y'all, I was in, like, 7th grade. I had pictures of them cut out in my planner. Oh, it's just, like, such a off the wall 3. They're so very different. My middle school crushes were Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Devin Sawa? I don't even and George Strait, okay. I don't know who Devin Sawa is, but I do know George Strait and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I feel like so many people loved, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Everyone probably loved Orlando Bloom too. Uh, but I need to look. I'm sure I know him. I'm just so bad with actors. Oh, yep, he's a Canadian actor. Oh. Oh, Casper. Casper. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm really bad with people's names. Uh, but that's hilarious. Mhm. I do. I don't like I said, I'm horrible with names. That and I grew up with, like, no cable, really. I mean, like, we had our local channels, and it was funny because watching Catfish yesterday with Maddie, I didn't even get MTV until I was, like, 16 or 17 years old, and then I just remember watching the shows, I was like, "This is what people watch?" Just like, "This is cool." I don't really like it. Because, I was so big into WWE and Lord of the Rings. It's because Marie is life goals. A lady doesn't start fights, but she can finish them. And I just her like primping herself. I love her. That's y'all, this cat. I don't think I would name this cat. The cats' names are awful. The one is called Sugar Bear. I mean, they're not awful. They're just like not what I would name a cat. But the one is called Sugar Bear, and the other one is called Bell Pepper. Bell Pepper. Which actually, like, the more I say them, I'm like, that's kind of hilarious. But I don't think I could name like, hypothetically, if I were to get this cat, I don't think I would name her Marie, but I would definitely dress her up as Marie because she gives Marie vibes just from her picture. But yep, and Casper, he made me melt. See, I think when I watched Casper, I wasn't in that boy phase yet. I think I was still a little not quite there. Because that's how I felt with, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, like, I loved him and stuff, but I didn't have that girl crush quite yet, which is crazy because then as soon as I became, like, a girl crush girl or, like, crushing on, uh, things when I got older, then it was, like, nonstop, and now I, like, crush so hard on everything. I was like, they're great, and I love them, and oh my gosh, they're just so amazing. Yeah, like Jonathan Bailey, I love him. I love Chris Evans. Uh, Hugh Jackman, I love him. I love Zac Efron, though I have not seen the movie with him and Nicole Kidman. Uh, because I just don't know how I feel about that movie just by the previews of it. But I love Nicole Kidman. I was actually not a Nicole Kidman fan. And then when Keith Urban married her, which was after Keith Urban was single, I just want to say he was single when I asked him to marry my mom. So I was totally not stepping on anyone's toes, Nicole. I wasn't stepping on your toes. But I was so upset that he married her, and I was like, "I don't like her." And, like, I just was mad because I wanted my mom to marry him. But then I love is it called The Others? What is that creepy, like that thriller-y movie that Nicole Kidman is in? I love that, and I love her in it, and so then I was like, "Okay, I kind of love her." And, so Keith Urban was my probably my favorite for a while, and then actually he went into rehab on my birthday, and that was very hard. So, I don't know how many years ago today Keith Urban went into rehab, which is a week before his birthday, and I only know that because I was obsessed with him, and I was like, "His birthday is a week after mine." But then I was, like, very thankful, like, he got help and he was struggling in life and he became such a better person after that, but I was a teenager and that was hard to see like a role model finding out that they weren't. That was like a healthy dose of reality was seeing my one of my favorites going into rehab and on my birthday. But I'm so thankful like he was able to like recover and he's so amazing and talented and he has it looks like a wonderful life with Nicole Kidman now. Not my mom, unfortunately. I had posters from the teen magazines of, Jonathan Taylor Thomas plastered all over my bedroom walls. Maddie and I were talking about what we had hanging up in our bedroom, and I had Taylor Swift and Orlando Bloom, but my dad was really picky about what we could hang up, and that's what Matt was saying is his stepdad, which is Maddie's dad, was really strict, and Maddie's like, "I had motivational posters and all that hung up." So I don't know. Matt's a few years older, so maybe, their dad let them later, but my dad, he didn't want us to put holes in the walls and all that kind of stuff, but I started to when I was a teenager. I was rebelling. I wanted my Orlando Bloom and Taylor Swift posters. Oh, and Justin Timberlake. I had so much Justin Timberlake and NSYNC merch. I was a Backstreet Boys girly. Uh But I don't know why. I had, like, their cassettes and CDs of Backstreet Boys, but that was, like, as much as my mom would let me get at the time. I don't know why, and my mom's not on to let me know. Uh, but we listened to, like, country music, straight up country music. The only time I heard pop music was on my bus ride to and from school. So I lived a very, like, culturally sheltered life for a very long time. That's why I'm like, I know George Strait. I know, like, I didn't know who people were. And we didn't get the internet till I was mid to late teens either. When we adopted Chloe, her name was Pickle. We changed her name to Chloe Von Picklesworth because of the Von Trapp family and my love of all British things. See, and that's like, if I were to get this cat, I would probably do some kind of like cutesy bell pepper or sugar bear. Just- They're just very specific names. But to me, the the one I am like, I would like to meet and really get to know if I didn't get both of them, which I probably wouldn't. I just don't know. I kinda would love to do, like, either a Disney theme or a bookish theme, but I don't know, like, I don't know what to do, because she's mostly white with, like, a little bit of, like, the tan-ish, if you guys know what a ragdoll looks like. She's just, like, mostly white, which is crazy. I can't believe there's even a white cat available. And then, the other one, Sugar Bear, she is more of, like, a calico color, but her eyes are, like, pure green. They're so pretty. I am so old that New Kids on the Block, it was New Ki I am so old, it was New Kids on the Block, I was in love with Jordan. Yeah, I was a Backstreet Boys girly, but I was super young. I mean, I was, like, in 1st, 2nd grade listening, and I never got to go to a concert or anything. I didn't go My first concert was Keith Urban, and I was, like, 13 before I got to go to my first concert. And then I was in love with going to concerts, and then I got to see Tim McGraw. I think that's why when Taylor Swift came out with Tim McGraw, I was like, "I love Tim McGraw." And there's, like, a girl country singer that sings about, like, fairy tales and heartbreak, and, I've always been a Taylor Swift fan. Now it's just fun that, she's actually popular. I mean, she's always been popular, obviously, because she's gotten so big, but my friends used to make fun of me hard for being a Taylor Swift fan, but I know New Kids on the Block. I mean, I didn't listen to them until I was older, but and then for Backstreet Boys, I was always like a Brian and Nick. I always liked the blondes. Maybe that's why I married my husband. But now, like, growing up, I'm like, I like AJ too. It's funny, I mean, but, Orlando Bloom, uh Keith Urban and John Cena, man, I could just go for really any type of guy. They just have to have a good personality. Ugh, but anyways, well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I got a little bit blinged, a little bit, but, yeah, I'll probably get going here pretty soon, but I really appreciate you guys coming and wishing me happy birthday and everyone who has, reached out and stuff. It means so much to me. I don't know if I'll do sprints yet next Saturday. They'll probably be kind of a last minute thing if I do. I would like to keep up Saturday stuff. So I will commit to a live next Saturday, but I can't commit to sprints yet. So it'll be kind of like come hang out. And if I do sprints, I do sprints because I just don't know what Matt's schedule is going to be like. I don't know what Maddie's going to want to do, but I can normally squeeze an hour in on Saturdays, and I'm really liking getting back into the swing of things on Saturday until I have stuff that it's gonna mess it all up. But for now, me too, Beth. I only had eyes for New Kids on the Block. Isn't it funny, like, how we just get, like, that one thing that we were just like, this, it's all or nothing. Because that's how I kind of was with Backstreet Boys. Like, I just didn't care for NSYNC. And now I'm like, oh, I can understand why people loved both. It's gonna look amazing when it's all blinged. I hope you have an amazing day today. Thank you. I know, I can't wait for it to be done. Which I was kind of upset that I did like a mix of this, but I got this bag for $13 on TikTok. So I might, if I'm not like 100% in love with the green color, I might just buy another one and then do that differently. And then I'll have both. And then maybe I'll give one away. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for being here. And hopefully, I'll see you next time. I am sorry I did not come out with a video yesterday. I'm trying to come out with like a weekly film and edited video, but like I said, it's been a little chaotic. Everything's been a little bit crazy. Yeah, I didn't care for Backstreet Boys since I was NSYNC girl. Yeah, it was like you were one or the other. Couldn't be both. Also, any of my One Direction fans, my heart goes out to you guys. That was a little past my time. I like their songs, but I didn't really know them. So I'm sorry for all the One Direction fans because that's got to be absolutely heartbreaking news. I love the mix personally. Yeah, and I've done mix on my Love Potion Harry Potter bag, and I love it on there. So I think once it's all done, I'll like it more. But I think seeing just like the contrast right now, it's bugging me. If I like it, I'll just get it in another color. It's so true. I don't need to. I don't need to. But I was getting like worried, did I make a bad choice? And it's like, it's not like this was a Loungefly. It wasn't like this was $80. This was $13. I could save up and do another one. And I got the bling. I love the mix. Have a happy day celebrating you. Thank you so much, Penny. I hope the rest of your day is fantastic. Thank you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.